This is my impression of a wife who got married at 19 and has been married for 2 weeks. Hi guys, I just wanted to hop on here and just offer some encouragement to the other young wives. I have been married for 2 weeks now, and let me just say, marriage is so hard. I just want you guys to know that if it's not easy for you, that's okay. It's not easy for me either. Marriage is super hard. And I didn't realize when I got married just how hard it was going to be. So I'm going to share a little bit of the story of how I met my wonderful husband. He is 20 years old, and we are so happy to be married, but it has been the hardest 2 weeks of my entire life. Make no mistake about that. So we met back at our church, and I will never forget the first time that I saw him, because I saw him from across the room and he was talking with some friends, and my first thought was, that has got to be the most annoying man I have ever seen in my life. He was just so loud and so obnoxious, and I could not stand to be in his presence. Even the thought of him just repulsed me. And then, I started to hang out in friend groups with him, and every time I was around him, I just thought, this man is insufferable. And then, we started to get to know each other, and he started to show interest in me, and he started coming around more, and I just could never get over that feeling of, he was just absolutely abhorrent to me, and was so loud and so annoying all the time, and only talked about the things that he wanted to talk about. But I started praying, because I obviously want to be in alignment with God's will for my life, and so I started asking God, is this the man that you have for me? This annoying, bullheaded, really dumb, loud man. And God said to me, my daughter, my plan for you is to suffer and to sacrifice your life to this man who you cannot stand and who you do not like at all. And I said, okay, I will surrender to you, God, and I will do my best to love this man who I cannot be in the same room with. And so then he asked my father if he could court me, and we had a beautiful 2-month courtship where we just started to get to know each other. And as I got to know this young man better, I was able to put aside some of the annoyances and some of the loudness and some of the narcissistic tendencies that I saw, and think, this is truly my cross to bear. And so then he asked me to be his wife 2 months into our courting relationship. And obviously I said yes, because how could you pass up an offer like that? And also, I'm 19, so I'm on the verge of old maidenhood. And I didn't want to be sitting on my porch knitting for the rest of my life. And so the clear answer was to say yes. And there's no doubt in my mind that God has given me this trial to hold and to cherish for my entire life. So we had our honeymoon, and now we are into our new house, and we have been here for 2 weeks. And let me tell you, we fight like cats and dogs. There just has not been a moment's peace. But what I'm learning through it is that I'm still learning. I'm learning for sure. And there is so much to learn. But if you are a young wife like me, I just want you to know that I am starting a blog for wives with advice for marriage, how to be a good wife, how to submit to your husband, and how to prepare for motherhood, because that's on the horizon, let me tell you. And I just want to be encouraging to you if you are a young wife like me. My husband doesn't really tell me that I'm pretty very much, but that's okay, because this is my cross to bear, and I bear it gladly. Gladly. Has he become less annoying to me? Not really, no. But that's okay, because someday maybe that will change. Maybe he can change. I feel the Bible says that, men can be won through the service of their wives. So I'm just hoping that if I just bend over backwards for him, that he will change. But anyway, stay tuned for my blog that I'm starting soon, and potentially a YouTube channel as well, where he will get on and give advice to men on how to be good husbands as well, because he has so much advice. So please stay tuned for those things, and thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys later. Bye.